Today on Forbes, how this Hollywood producer turned Brad Pitt into a $40 million F1 ad. F1, Apple Original Films' new Formula One racing movie starring Brad Pitt, topped the box office charts over the weekend, the first major hit in theaters for the tech giant's film and television production studios. F1 grossed $55.6 million at the domestic box office in its opening weekend, as well as an additional $88.4 million worldwide and $10 million from previews. For the past 3 years, Apple has been selling F1 as a can't-miss summer blockbuster set in the high-octane world of Formula One, with the prestige of producer Jerry Bruckheimer, director Joseph Kosinski, and star Brad Pitt. But for David Leaner, the producer in charge of the movie's product placement, his sales pitch was far simpler, turning one of the world's highest-paid actors, Pitt is earning an estimated $30 million for this film, into a human billboard. For significant portions of the film, Pitt's character wears fire suits, helmets, and other apparel adorned with more than a dozen logos for brands, including Mercedes, IWC, Geico, EA Sports, and Expensify, each of which also have branding on the fictional APX GP team's car, and paid millions for the privilege. Leaner, a pioneer of brand integrations in movies for nearly 30 years, says he brought in more sponsor money for F1 than any film in his career by far, including Top Gun: Maverick, the 2 National Treasure pictures, and several Transformer movies. Forbes estimates Leaner's sponsorships for F1 have brought in at least $40 million, covering a significant part of a production budget that may be as high as $300 million. And that doesn't include the tens of millions spent in cross-promotional ads, where brands, some of whom don't actually appear on screen, feature the movie in commercials for their own products. Sponsorship in the actual Formula One and product placement in the F1 movie are fundamentally different propositions. To get your company's logo on the front wing of an actual F1 car would cost at least $5 million per year, according to the race media founder and CEO, Andrew Van de Burgt, while title sponsorships range from $30 million at the low end to $100 million per year for the most popular teams. Movie product placement, on the other hand, is traditionally sold in segments of 3 to 4 cumulative on-screen seconds of, quote, clear and identifiable exposure, says Leaner. Its value depends on the amount of logos, verbal mentions, or usages in those seconds, and can cost a brand anywhere from $250,000 to $1 million. Movie sponsorship is clearly the cheaper of the two options, but in a racing movie, those seconds can add up quickly. And unlike in, say, a Marvel movie, corporate branding is already so deeply ingrained in the culture of F1 that seeing cars and driver apparel covered in logos adds to a movie's authenticity rather than distracting from it. Expensify CEO David Barrett, whose Portland, Oregon-based software company has the title sponsorship of Pitt's fictional APX GP team, says, quote, you can insert your product concept into any context, but it's certainly much easier when the product placement itself is part of the movie. It felt natural. The job of producers like Leaner requires a kind of bifurcated salesmanship. He must convince brands that investing in a movie is worth it, despite no concrete way to measure the return on investment. On the other hand, he has to sell a director on the idea that the sponsorship will add to the movie. Somewhere in the middle sits a minefield of stakeholders. In the case of F1, Leaner could not recruit any brands that competed with core Formula One partners or brands that were competitive to Apple, eliminating the lucrative consumer electronics category. He worked with agencies to identify brands like Expensify that would be both interested and acceptable to all parties. According to Stacy Jones, another 30-year product placement veteran and CEO of one of those agencies, Hollywood Branded, landing this collection of brands took 3 full years of incredibly hard work. For full coverage, check out Matt Craig's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.